Previously on the Universal Park. This is a series where I'm going to be building up this massive park all about Doctor Who. I'm going to plan all of this out. That is really off-centered, but I'm loving it. So let's get started on building these houses surrounding the center. This is it. This is the building done. I want to work on the unit tower right now. That is the unit tower complete. Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Universal Park. First of all, I just want to say a massive thank you for all the support in the first episode. It was insane. You guys gave me a ton of ideas, and one which I'm actually adding in today's episode, which I'll get onto in a second. As first of all, can we just take a second to look at this? I put my Christmas decorations up as it is nearly turning December, and look at this. I got a little Dalek on the tree. Look how good this looks as well. It's red and white, like Christmas, which I think is very cool. It looks so good. It's a shame that you can't really see it, though. I'm also getting a TARDIS, which might go up there as a tree topper. And also something that might go right there, exactly where I'm pointing, which I can't wait. I'm just gonna have to wait for that to arrive, so you might see that in a future stream or so, I don't know. Or you've already seen it because of how long it takes me to edit these. But anyway, we're gonna do one of your ideas, and I actually really like it. This was posted by a couple of you guys, which I'll put on screen. But anyway, the gist of the comments were basically saying, build Sarah Jane's house, which I thought was a fantastic idea, seeing as this area right here is all Earth related and all like London-y buildings. It fits in really well with what we've got already, which is this house, which I can't believe it actually turned out this good. I know I built it by myself. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna build Sarah Jane's house and maybe even Clara's diner. Anyway, as you can see, I have built a nice little plan for Sarah Jane's house. By the way, if you don't know who Sarah Jane actually is, as I know probably a lot of you watching don't even know who Sarah Jane is. Sarah Jane is probably one of the most popular companions that there have been in Doctor Who. She was companions for the 3rd and 4th Doctor, as well as sort of the 10th as well. So that was all the way back in like 1970s, I think. Who was played by the late Elizabeth Sladen. Very sad. So I thought as a tribute we would add the entire house right here. Alright, first of all, I'm going to work on the wall. I'm going to use the same color and material as this house, just for consistency. So just going to paint all of that. Something like this. We also have these beams that also have a very sharper edge, so I'm going to use some wedges. Also, by the way, I got rid of the helicopter. I really didn't like it. I'm just going to copy this and add another beam right there. Now we've got to turn this wall into a curve, which shouldn't be too hard. Like so. That was actually way easier than I thought it would be. And now once again, we just copy this post and plonk it right here. Now this side done, we just got to copy it onto this side. The wall border is so annoying that I'm just going to not do a curve here. And what I'm just going to do is this. I know it's a bit cheaty, but still works. And there we go. Now that the walls are basically done, I think I might add a bit more detail to them. Alright, now this is the wall, hopefully. Oh wait, no, it's not. I still need to add the bushes on top. Could we add these on top, as they look a lot less blocky than primitives, but hopefully look actually hopefully a lot better. Something like this, I think that'll do quite lovely. And these just go all over the building, all on top of everyone. Alright, now that we've done the bushes, I know it does sort of detract from the circular piece of the walls, but I think it does look good. As you see, I've sort of changed the height and the rotation of them so they don't all look the same. But I think when we finish the whole thing, it'll all come together quite nicely. Now there seems to be a ton of bushes right here, sort of making a wall for where the car is parked. So I think I'm just going to do that right now. It shouldn't be too hard if I just use these again. Okay, that actually is quite accurate. Obviously the colors and the realism part of it isn't, because it's not real. But we can change some of the colors. It is a much more like of a darker green. Something like this actually. Oh, that works really good. Those are the bushes for now. Done. Not sure what I'll do here right now, but we'll figure that out later once we get the car done. Right, now comes the interesting part. Once again, it is the same colors as the other houses. I do want them to be sort of the same colors so that they don't look too out of place. It is pretty tall. I think I'll make it a bit more taller. Yeah, I think about that height. Oh, yeah, that is gonna look great. Am I able to just yoink? I can't just yoink. Oh, man. I can yoink this. I'm gonna yoink this. Right. Oh, I'm realizing I built this sort of wrong. Oh, man. I did this wrong. Oh, no. Okay, restart. So if I just move all of this back a bit, there's a portion of the house that comes out like this, and then there's another portion of the house which comes out like that, there and there. This is the block shape of the house. So let's get started on adding the details in, like the windows, the roofs, and basically everything for the house to be called done. I'm gonna grab the window from the previous house and just place it on the side, something like this. All right, we built the windows on both the sides, and now if we just copy it and just drag it upwards like so. And then, for some reason, this tower here has a big forehead. Literally, about that size. Now, I've just got to add the windows on the front here, which shouldn't be too difficult. Alright, those are the windows done. And there is actually, compared to the last house, there is not a lot of white. It's more of like a yellowy, paley, I don't know, this sort of color, but with concrete. Yeah, like that one. And the designs are very different as well. So I'm gonna have to change these up. This one has like 3 windows. And there we go. I like that. That is just one of the large windows sort of done. So I think what I'm just gonna do is just delete this entire window. Now I'm just gonna copy this and paste it up at the top. And I completely forgot about the fact that these windows right here have a load of squares in them. Alright, there we go. Does look a bit odd, but from far away it does look quite cool. There's just like 3 dashes here that extend all the way across, and they'll just wrap around the building like so. And then there's also another one at the bottom, and then another one right here, and then another one right there. It does look sort of weird. Bear with me, bear with me. Oh, I need to change all the other windows up. Oh my days. Windows are actually just the most annoying to me. I spent like 5 hours on the windows, and then like 5 minutes on the rest of the house. Right, so to bore you with anything else, because I'm just gonna convert these windows into this style, and then add windows right on this side as well. I'm just gonna cut in 3, 2, 1. Alright, and we have done the windows, and it also is the next day. I've even put some lights up. That looks so cool, you got that looks actually really cool. I haven't seen it on camera, oh my days. We are getting Christmassy up in here. But anyway, as you can see, I've done quite a fair bit since the last clip. What we've done is that we've actually put windows on everywhere that actually needs a window. Oh no, we haven't. We still need to do something right there, but I'll get into that in a... Oh, I have to... I've also finished up the curve, the pathway, the fake pathway, the pathway just to match with the house. That even goes alongside the world border. And all that's really left is the entrance and the roof. And all we have to do here is doing like an old-timey, I don't know what it's called, but it's got a white coloured base with black frames around it, right in this square right here. And that also has a couple of windows on it. And then we can start on the roof. So I'm just going to do that real quick right now. And now this should be just a white colour. Something like that is actually really accurate. But this part of the house is actually a triangle roof, so I will add a couple of wedge pieces like so. And now all that's really left to do is add the windows and the black frame. I'm going to do the black frame first, because you guys know how the windows work by now. Black frame only comes out just a tiny bit, probably even less than this. I'm going to go with wooden plank texture just to mix it up. You can't really tell, but it's there. Then that just gets raised up just by like that. Also can't forget about the sides, then right alongside where the window is going to be. And then there is one right in the middle of the window. And then there's also a massive bar at the top, and then this gap is where the window will be. There's also just a black beam in the middle, which is a tiny bit shorter, like that. Then there's these at the top, which I'll just adjust the height of them when we do the roof, or something like that. And then we've got to do this side and then the other side as well. And there we go. That actually, I think, pulls off quite well, especially when we add the roof. I think it'll tie it all together. And now I'm going to skip ahead when I've done the window. How many windows am I going to be building in this series, man? Okay, I just realised I've been muted for the past 6 minutes and didn't seem to notice. I apologise for that, but what I've done in those 6 minutes is what you see right now. Did the windows, I can't remember if I mentioned that while not muted, but this is how the roof's looking. We're using a grey pavement texture with these wooden planks going around the sides, which gives this nice effect off. And it's going to be like this for the entire roof, but I just got to get the roof done. And I also got to add a roof on here. This does look a bit odd, but hopefully it will all come together once we've done the rest of the roof. Now that we've done these 2 roofs, we've got to do the main one, as that one's probably the hardest, but the main one it's pretty difficult, but I think we can do it. Now it is using these pieces, which is a bit weird. I've never really used these pieces before. This is a bit of a tricky situation because I have no idea how high these actually go, but I'm going to go up to here, and then I think something like this. It's really hard to do this because there's no like top images, there's no like back images, and there's no side images, so I'm working with what I got here, guys. I'm really sorry. Now I just need to fill in these gaps. That is an odd looking roof, I'm not gonna lie. And here comes the most trickiest bit, this roof. Now, it doesn't have a window on it, so don't worry. It is very much just a plain roof. No way, it's Cassidy. Oh sheesh, my man Rich. No, my name isn't I should be able to actually do this if I just use a whole bunch of wedge pieces and then the corner wedge pieces. And now that we've done that, I'm just gonna put this right where the other wedges end and then just raise it up a ton, just to where this roof ends. And it should be like that. That looks very odd, but it should work. I have no idea what shape could go there, so I think I'm just not going to put anything there and just do the easier thing, which is just this. Boom. Might be a bit weird, but we don't worry about that. But I do see a chimney on that house. We can't go to all of these lengths and not do the chimney. And there we go. Oh wow, the addition of the chimney actually adds quite a lot. I think that looks quite cool. With that done, I need to add a few especially when we add the little details on the roof. Alright, I've put a whole bunch of these wooden frames all around the roof. Alright, I won't spend too much time on this, as I know this is taking up the majority of the video, and I still want to build Clara's diner, as I don't want to do just a couple of things an episode, but I'm gonna kind of have to at this rate, as I don't have a lot of time to finish this video, because I want to try and at least get these out weekly, and not monthly. So I do apologise if this does come out a bit late. But what I need to do now is just build a couple of things that poke up, like here and here and it, like just all over the roof. There's just pokey uppy things. Now for some reason there are roof trims up here, just little tiny roof trims, nothing major, nothing massive. Alright, I've put trims all around the roof where they need to go, and now we can finally add the weird little bits that go on top of the roofs, which are basically just cylinders, and that's about it. I have no idea what these are actually for, but they look pretty cool, so I'm gonna have to add them. I think that's just about it. This is looking really accurate, I think. I'll whack an image up on screen right now, side by side. It does look pretty close. So I'm gonna worry about the entrance in a minute. As for now, I need to add some flooring right here. I was thinking of actually having dirt all around here, but I just realized that that wouldn't really make much sense. But anyway, let's start on the entrance. Alright, it is the next day, and I basically only have 3 hours to finish this entire video, which is not a lot considering I have to do this whole building here. So let's get a move on. In between clips, I have changed this as I think it is a bit more accurate to the actual house, but this is like the most weirdest house I've built, and I've only built 2. Also, I've watched like a 2-parter from the Sarah Jane Adventures, and for some reason, Sarah Jane's house has 2 driveways. I'm only going to add 1, but all that we really have left now is the entrance as well as the car, which is going to... hopefully we can do the car. 3 hours seems like a lot, but it really isn't. But anyway, let's actually start with the entrance. So I'm going to start off with the roof, which is just another triangle one. Paint it with the pavement. And now this here is an archway. So I'm thinking start off with these. And I'm going to grab a primitive that can do this. This one is perfect. I'm going to guess that there is a wall here, but I can't really see it in the image. And now to save a lot of time, I'm just going to yoink this like that. And that is the door done. Another painful thing is that we're going to have to add some windows on each side. And that just goes in here. And there we go. And with that, that is the entrance done. We've added some trims and a bit more detail like we've done to the rest of the roof. Now, the only thing left for the house is the car. And I'm actually kind of scared to do the car because it is a car. And they are hard to build. And you guys, if you saw the previous episode, would know how the helicopter turned out. So... yeah, but the car seems to be very simple, and I think I might do this in a time lapse so I can focus a lot more on the car rather than trying to talk. And I also think this will take actually forever. And after a very long time, this is where we're at. Now, I do gotta say, it's way better than the helicopter, but at the same time, also very weird in most of it. Now, I do quite like this roof section, but then you look at the back and you're like, no, just no. I ran into an item limit issue here, so I just kind of had to sacrifice the back. Hey, if you're just walking by, not really paying too much attention to it, you'd be like, hey, that's quite cool, but I'm quite happy with how it turned out, even if some parts of it don't even exist. But there's only one thing left to finish off this house. A road sign. And now with a road sign, that is going to end off this episode. I know I said I wanted to build Clara's TARDIS/diner, but we've sadly run out of time for this episode, and I really want to try to get this out before Monday, which I'm highly doubting, but hey, you're watching this, you know when it came out. But let's just take a quick look of what we've done. I'm loving how this has turned out. Look at that. Just an aerial shot. That looks so cool. You're probably thinking at this rate it's going to be episode 10, but we've done the entrance and episode like 15 before we even touch roller coasters. But I'm hoping to do like a couple of buildings per episode. I really want to try and build these as best as I can while trying to get these videos as consistent and as frequent as I can. So I do apologize for the lack of stuff in today's episode, but this has taken forever. And if you did enjoy, please do subscribe. This is episode 2 out of many for this series. I'm hyped. And yeah, with all that said, goodbye! Oh my days, it's taken a long time.